Global happenings today. We communicate. We analyze global news. Stay tuned.
Hello guys, welcome back. The lawyer representing Nnamdi Kanu has taken the case forward over the refusal of the DSAs to allow visitors to visit Nnamdi Kanu. Don't forget that some few weeks ago, he had reported that the DSS has not allowed any visitor to see Nnamdi Kanu since his last court appearance on 24th of September 2024, when Nnamdi Kanu had demanded the recursal of Justice Binta Nyako from the case. And I think it didn't go well with DSS when that thing happened, and they kind of stopped, as you have heard, stop visitors from seeing Nnamdi Kanu. But however, Ejimako has decided to proceed to the court, and the court has issued a very stern notice to the Director General of the DSS. I'm going to give you full details of that in a jiffy. And according to the news, the Abuja Federal High Court has issued a stern warning to the Director General of the Department of State Services, DSS, Adiola Oluwatosin Ajayi, threatening him with imprisonment for obstructing the legal team of the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, Nnamdi Kanu, from assessing him. In a notice of consequence delivered on Friday, the court accused the DSS DG of flouting its earlier ruling that mandated routine access for Kanu's lawyer. The notice was served by the court registrar and subsequently made public by Kanu's lead counsel, Aloy Ejimako. In a statement, Ejimako expressed his intention to initiate contempt proceeding against the DSA's boss, emphasizing the seriousness of the court's directive and the implication of its violation. I'm going to read exactly what he wrote, which had brought this to limelight. Now, according to Aloy Ejimako, he says here, subject: Federal High Court issues judicial warning to Director General of the DSS on consequences of disobeying of court order relating to Nnamdi Kanu. Said earlier today, the Registrar of the Federal High Court Abuja issued a Form 48, which is a notice of consequences of disobeying an order of court against the Director General of the DSS concerning his persisting denial of counsel access to Nnamdi Kanu since 24th September 2024. The notice, which is signed by the Registrar of the Federal High Court Abuja, states, take notice that unless you obey the direction contained in this order, see overleave by allowing the applicant's counsel to conduct a court-ordered visitation with the applicant on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, you will be guilty of contempt of court and will be liable to be committed to prison. The notice is necessitated by the repeated disobedience of the court order visitation of Nnamdi Kanu by the newly appointed Director General of the State Security Service, Mr. Adiola Oluwatosin Ajayi, who has for almost a month not allowed Nnamdi Kanu's lawyers to visit him. To be clear, this notice is a quasi-criminal judicial process that for one, any person disobeying a court order of the penal consequences of such misconduct. Therefore, if the Director General of the DSS persists on this ignorable path, he will leave us with no other option than to commence vigorous contempt proceeding against him. Signed, Aloy Ejimako. Now, that's the notice there. And there have been a lot of reactions by Nigerians. Someone here says the Federal High Court is the backbone of the mess in that entity. They are all but the people in the hands of their leaders. Other people too have reacted to it. Someone here says, good ones, I keep pushing. God strengthen you. And another person here said, lawless Nigeria and all of that. Now, the most interesting part of this is the fact that some few days ago, he came out and made Nigerians to understand that there have been rejection on the part of the DSS, that they've stopped him from accessing Nnamdi Kanu, which is totally against what was agreed on, and that is expected to see him and to talk to him. And then DSS, I feel they were handling it from the perspective of, since Nnamdi Kanu has called for a change of judge who was in charge of it, that because of that, since he doesn't have any, case there, that they won't allow him. That's my speculation. But I feel at this point the court is trying to awaken their consciousness to the fact that there had been an agreement, and if there had been an agreement, you must allow the legal luminary who is in charge of the case to visit him, just as it has been agreed. And this should be done once and for all, so that we stop all these back and forth on this issue. But I think the most interesting part of this whole issue is the fact that before now, Aloy Jimaka had pushed so hard, and at a point, the woman was suggestive, talking about the justice or the judge. She was suggestive that at a point that the federal government, they should be out of court settlement, which has been pushed by so many people. Interestingly, the lawmakers in the southeast and other parts of the country has joined force to see how they can push to see, to his release from prison. But it seems as though it's not working out as expected. And, so many people have spoken about it, but it seems as though nobody is even giving ears to it. And I must say it's quite disturbing, considering the fact that they have reached very far. They have talked about this issue severally, and a lot of people have really, really fronted. Someone like Honorable Ikenga Imo Ugochinyere had also spoken about it, and I think in latest interview, he said that Tinubu should release Nnamdi Kanu, that it's long overdue. He said it feels official but doesn't attach importance to the welfare of the Igbos and the southeast region. Tinubu have continued to sideline Igbos. The court already said Nnamdi Kanu should be released. Even Justice Binta Nyako also agreed to a political solution. So why is Nigerian government still holding Nnamdi Kanu? Those were the position of this guy, Honorable Ikenga Ugochia, in the latest interview he had. And I feel that this should be considered, because this issue has been for too long, and obviously it's no more interesting again, And we have also seen the effort of the wife thus far, how she's pushing to see how the husband can be released. I think she had gone very far, reaching out to lawmakers in England, in UK, demanding that they should get involved in this particular case. And also other stakeholders have shown so much interest. I must commend some persons who have expressed so much interest on this case. For example, Ambassador Bianca Ojukwu in US, she has re-echoed call for Kanu's release. All of this is done to see how he can be released from prison. And there had been so multiple promises that if he's been released, peace will once again return to South. The Southeast have been going through so much. I must tell you this. They have gone through so many things, and it's absolutely so wrong. It's absolutely so wrong that this issue has spanned till now. The guy has been in prison for, God knows when, close to almost 3-4 years now. Yeah, he's been there, and it seems as though nobody's interested in it and all of that, to a point that even Nnamdi Kanu's son had to pin an emotional message, across, even as the wife was demanding for UK intervention to free Nnamdi Kanu. All of that, if put into consideration, can help this case, and, most people believe that this is an acid test. The first acid test for the new CGN, that's talking about CGN Kekere Ekun, that she should get involved in this case once and for all and see how Nnamdi Kanu can be released. At least for once, let us see the interests of Igbo come in as a priority, settle out of court, and possibly let there be some conditions that will be settled. And when those conditions are settled, we can keep rolling, because this is really troubling, I must say. I'd like to leave it there. Let's be in a conversation and talk more on this. Thank you very much. And stay